without enthusiasm. Give me some energy. All right, how we doing?
So how's camp been so far? What have you seen from the guys in terms of energy and just retention and all things like that?
Well, I tell you what, it's really been good. The energy level has been high. I think the guys have been very attentive. They've done a tremendous job of taking it from the classroom into the field. And I think one of the reasons why you're seeing a lot of energy on both sides of the ball is that we're focusing on the player, keeping the install small, so the guys can go out and execute and have fun. So the energy has been great. We just got to keep building off of it until we get an opportunity to play on the 2nd of September.
Longo's offense moves fast. How's the defense conditioning holding up?
Really faster than offense. I mean, we're fast. If they're fast, we're really fast. But it's really good to go against that speed offense. And one thing that we tell the defense is, listen, it's going to slow down for you a little bit on game day. We're trying to put them in a situation right now, where it's stressful, where everything is fast, where they got to make quick decisions. And, that's one thing the offense is doing a phenomenal job of. And it's really going to help the defense so that now the game is going to really slow down for them. But it gives us an opportunity to see who can problem solve on defense, who can set the defense, make the calls, and get lined up without being chaotic and being out of control.
What have you thought about your competition at linebacker?
Well, I'll tell you what, the linebacker spot is really taking a turn for the better, especially with Jerry Street, number 20, adding to that equation. I'll tell you, Dante Evans is doing a great job. And, Josh Clark, the freshman, he's showing some bright signs. And Brendan Williams continuing to get better, at that spot. DeMarcus Gates is doing a great job. So the competition is there. Those guys are grinding. And the best thing about it, Coach Peeperto remind them every day that, hey, it's somebody that's stepping on your toes. And so we got good competition going at linebacker. And the main thing is get them better but keep them healthy.
How much are you working Bing Dukes right now?
Oh, we working. We getting them game ready. I mean, you got to have everybody in rotation. It's a long season, and it's going to be a long year. So we got to coach for depth. Everybody that walks through that gate with a uniform on, we got to get them ready to play because at some point we'll need them before the season's over with.
Is depth a concern for you right now?
I'm sorry?
Is depth a concern for you?
I tell you what, you talk to any coach in the country, depth is a concern. Especially when you play some people say it's a contact sport, man, it's a violent sport. You can lose a player on any play. So certainly depth is definitely a concern. And that's the one thing that we talk about on defense, man, we're gonna coach for depth. We got to coach for depth, so we just can't spend all our time on the guy that we think that's going to be a starter. We got to coach that guy that's on the third team that you can look up one game and he is a starter.
What have you thought about your safety play so far?
Well, I tell you what, the safety play is it's coming along. I tell you what, Zedrick Woods now is doing a tremendous job. We know he's going to have an impact on the back end. The other spot, we're looking for that next safety to grab the bull by the horn, so to speak. Right now, I would tell you it's probably that next safety is probably by rotation, by committee, and hopefully this next week somebody will step up and separate themselves and grab the other spot.
Do you have to make any personnel changes there to kind of try some different people?
No, I think we got some guys there that'll play that spot that help us win games. We just got to get some separation between them, and their performance got to make us say, okay, this is the guy that's got to play at that spot. But just in terms of moving somebody else from another position, and I think we're fine there with what we have. We just got to get them better. And at some point, they have to separate themselves.
What have you thought about Ken's play at safety?
I'm sorry?
Ken Webster.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talking about an athletic safety, a guy that can get in there and provide you some man-to-man coverage ability. He can make you better in terms of the player speed back there, in terms of keeping the top on the coverage. I think he's going to be in the right seat. And we're gonna not only just play him at safety, we'll play him a little bit at corner, we'll play him a little bit at star, but he's been a bright spot for us at safety. It's blessed to have a guy like him that has some versatility, so we can play him in more than one spot.
How's his knee?
Fine. His knee, he's fine. I mean, when you come off those knee surgeries, you'll have some days where you may have to rest him. You have to pay attention to that injury, but so far he's been doing fine.
How's D.D. Bowie adjusting to the speed of the game?
Oh, I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's here. I mean, he's one of the young guys that you see every day on tape. He's making plays. He's finally getting that look out of his eye now. You got that homesick look in his eye now. Do I really belong here? But I tell you what, when you put on the tape every day, at some point, that young man's gotten his hand on the football. Now, we got to improve his catching now. He knows that. We're going to get him on the judge machine, and he's probably dropped maybe 7 interceptions in training camp. He could be leading the nation in practice right now with interceptions, but he's doing a phenomenal job, and he's one of the young men on the roster. He's going to have to play for us this year. It's mandatory that he's on the field. And listen, we're not going to be afraid to play the young guys. And if they're proving us in practice that they're ready to play, we're not going to be afraid to play him. And he's one of them, and we got to continue to get him better.
Is corner his spot, or are you teaching him other things too?
No, when your guys are young like that, I think you do them a disservice by putting them in multiple positions. We'll leave D.D. Bowie at corner, and he'll play corner for us, and that's a home for him. I mean, you look for corners that's got tremendous length like him. That has a lot of confidence, and he does have a lot of confidence, and he's got run ability, he's got change of direction, he's got some talent where he can fix it if he goes wrong in the course of a play. So it's very fortunate to have a corner like that with that type of size. So we'll leave him at corner for this year and let him play at that spot.
I know limiting explosive plays in the passing game was a focus in the spring. How has that translated in the fall so far?
And we eliminate explosive plays in the run game and passing game.
Yeah.
If you can eliminate those and keep the top on the coverage, you got a chance to be in every game and win every game. So it's still our focal point. Every day we go out, the one thing we measure is that, who can keep the top on the coverage. You eliminate explosive plays, and then you have a chance to win. And